Hello there guys, welcome back to Bedrockin Minecraft, and today you find me back here where you left me last time round, looking at my to-do list. So we have the docks and we have the foxes, and I come back to the foxes because that's a little bit of sort of just wandering around aimlessly looking for white foxes on a white background, which we'll get to in that episode. So today we're going to take a look at the docks, or at least start to take a look at the docks. So, I mentioned a couple of videos ago that we have two ramparts in my castle, and this one currently overlooks this area here. This is a really nice view, but I would like this to be a little bit more built up. So my plan is I want to change this island from sort of the natural sort of look that it's got at the moment into a more organised dock stroke fishing village. I've got an idea of putting a really large ship over there somewhere, have some smaller ships floating around doing some fishing and stuff like that. Gonna have some bridges over here to the main base. I'm going to flatten that area out as well. Now, rather than just sort of go gung-ho straight in, we actually had a server move about a week or so ago now, and as part of that we managed to get a really up-to-date version of the map as a world download. So what I've got is I've got the world downloaded on my computer, and I'm going to jump over there and jump into creative mode and be able to play around a little bit there to actually get a little bit more visualized. So what I'll do is I shall load that one up and I shall see you over there in a second. Okay then guys, so we are, as you can see, in my castle, but we are no longer on the server. So as you can see, that island that was there with the sandbars and everything else has been removed. The reason I've done this on just a test world is, to be brutally honest, I can cheat and makes life a lot quicker. So using commands, I wiped all of the land mass, as you can see, that was above the water level. You can still see the shadow of all the land mass underneath the water level, but I've just wiped that completely, and then following reasonably closely to that landmass, which will save me work on the actual server, I've put in, just in concrete, just in big blocks, what I think the dock should look like. So I've made a little adjustment just there on that side piece of land just to open that up a bit. I've just put this in here. I've blocked out what I want the dock to look like. I've put a couple of basic little buildings in just to sort of see sizes and stuff like that of what I'm building. Obviously this is not detailed in any way, shape or form. This is literally just so that I can sort of fly around like this, make certain that the size of it's not too big, it's not too small. And so when I go onto the server and actually start making these changes in detail, I haven't then got to go, you know, don't get 2/3 of the way through and go, yeah, it's too small, I need to start again. So this gives me just a rough idea where the entrance is going to be with the bridge that's going to come over there and everything else. And so this took me about 2 hours on a test server, just wiping everything out and then building everything back in. Obviously you can put the big blocks in using command blocks, but the circles, the curves, the little tower, not able to do that using command blocks. So you still got to go in and manually do the work, but it just means that you've got a nice rough idea, and that's the sort of size I was looking at. So I'm now back to the server and we're going to go and do this good old-fashioned manual way. I'm going to go and get the spade and the pick out, and we're going to go and remove all of that land in real life. Right then guys, so as you can see we are back on the actual server now, because you can tell that because we have banners all around the balcony, and the island is back in its full effect. So I'm going to go and set myself up a little hut over the side here where I can keep all of the stuff that I'm going to be digging up. I'm going to get myself set up. I've got my chest ready to fill with all of the rubbish that I'm going to be picking up from over here. So I'm going to get that set up and we're going to dismantle this entire area. Whilst we were doing the island, got a message from Mags. He'd asked me a couple of days ago, about a week ago now actually, if I could switch the villager breeder on. He was doing his own villager work and needed some villagers to start everything up. So as I've got a villager breeder, I turned it on, he wanted 3 villagers, so I just showed him how to use the system that I put in place on my breeder to transport villages in and out of various locations. So this has got a switching station built in. The hole I've just fallen down takes it to the bottom of my base, so that takes all the villagers. When I got the villagers here for my iron farm, I hit the switch and then they go down underneath the river that I created directly into where the iron farm is to populate that. But then there's another switch as Mags has just used, and that takes them to their own custom little nether portal that I'd got set up. So you can literally, if I'm taking them to other locations, I haven't got to worry about ferrying them across to different locations. There's just a little nether portal. You just break the track there. I've got a nether portal next to mine in the nether, which has got a little pen that they sit in, and you just drop a boat there and you can put them in. Same thing I used because I actually provided the Vikings with a couple of villagers when they were starting their villager stuff off as well. So half the villagers on the server at the moment, I think, were descendants from my villager breeder. And so yeah, once you get them there, just boat, lead, get them up the little staircase that we've put in now. There is a knack to it because obviously you can't jump it up too far, so you've got to go onto the glass and then over, as I show Mags here. But once we'd got that sorted, I set Mags on his way, and I thought that was the last I'd see of him. Little was I to know that very soon he would discover what I discovered when I was moving villagers, which is yo-yos. Villagers in boats on carpet with leads is just funny. If you've never done it, I highly recommend it. So as you can see, guys, we've got the base level in. I've not cleaned out all of the, it's literally one block below water level. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this built up a little bit more and then go in and remove all of the sand, gravel, the dirt underneath, and get this sort of so it's terraformed under the waterline a little bit more. There's also a sandbar at the top there that I need to remove as well because that will block that completely. I've not put the wood in yet for 2 reasons. One, don't really know what colour I want to use yet, so I'm going to wait until I get the grey in properly, the brick in, and then do some tests with some different coloured woods. The other thing is I don't really know how high I want it. It may be 1 block, it may be actually on the water level, it might go down to a slope, it might be different in different places, so I'm just going to wait and get this into its full level before I decide on the wood. But that's the next job, is get this built up to the base height. These towers are going to be higher. This back bit over here is going to be higher as well, but that's the next level to get done, so we'll get some work done on that. Well, I was just coming to check my shops and I need to get some supplies and walk through the main portal to the shopping district, and am welcomed by this. So apparently we are now entering the Shadow Empire domain. Okay, so welcome to the Shadow Empire's domain. Rule 1, hashtag boycott Saber. Rule 2, death to the Crimson Council. Rule 3, hashtag mending for life. Shadow Empire's rules. Okay, this is escalating. So over the last couple of weeks there's been signs appearing for hashtag boycott Saber. Saber Dentures is one of the guys who runs a YouTube channel, also the mod on the server. Bit of a tyrant, don't agree with everything that Saber does, but you know, he's not always bad. And this looks like a pretty large escalation of Shadow Empire. Okay, so it looks like we've got black crosses on all of Saber's shops. Okay, so they're obsidian crosses. Let's go and have a look and see what else we've got. So if we go over to Saber's Infinity shop, yep, we have another one. Let's have a look. Oh, Saber's End shop. Yep, here we go. Oh, oh, yeah, that might be a closed shop. Yeah, that's going to be interesting for Saber to deal with. Okay. Um, oh, Rafe's back on the server and he's finally opened his rocket shop again. He had put something on this. 9 diamonds per shulker of tip. Yep, okay. Um, that's going to get bought. Let's grab me. So we want one of these. Okay, nice diamond shulker of rockets there. Right, let's go and have a look and see if they've done anything else. Okay, what on? I was just going to check Sabers. Yep. So we've got another one inside his, outside his leather shop, and another one. Yep. So yeah, they definitely don't seem to be liking Saber too much. But what on earth is this? The rebel decrees that thou shalt now be known as the Shadow Empire. This is their staff of power. They see all, they know all. Death to the Crimson Council. Hashtag boycott Saber. Okay, this is going to get fun because, yeah, Saber's not going to take this one. Have they honestly built this up to build? Yep. And there's not going to be much you can do about this because, I mean, removing this. This is all obsidian to build height. Yeah, that's going to be fun and interesting to get rid of. So yeah, I'm guessing that they don't particularly like Saber. This could be interesting. The other reason I actually came over here was to see if we'd sold anything in my shop and restock it if we had. So let's have a quick look. Nope. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a quick look and see if there's anything sold and get that restocked, and I'll be back with you in a sec, guys. Well, that's the shop restocked, and we've done alright, I suppose. 4 diamonds. Someone's given in their carrot vouchers, so we've got 5 carrot vouchers here as well, which we've got rid of some stuff as well. But no, 4 diamonds for a day's work, not too horrendous, I suppose. It's one of those that it will come in dribs and drabs, and then we'll get sort of some big spends at the end of it, I'm guessing, because when people are doing bigger builds, they might come in and real stock up. But no, I'm going to head back, finish off the base of the dock, and we'll go from there, and I shall see you back in a second. So there we have it. That is the base of my dock area. So I went with the dark oak wood for the dock in the end. I think the contrast between sort of the grey is quite nice. We've gone in and put some stairs rails in so we can get up and down from the top area to the lower area where all the dock's going to be. There will be boats and so on through here. Just in case we go for a swim, I've got ladders dotted around so we can get straight out. You haven't got to worry because there is no way, there's no bottom level, which means that anything that spawns can't get onto here. So we're going to have no drowned invading or anything else. I did make this double-sided, so we're going to have another smaller dock around here somewhere, and we get boats backwards and forwards if we need to. And then the base of the tower was done again with stairs into the main pontoon, and this is where the large ship is going to be. I've not finished digging all of the sand out, so this is all going to drop down. and I'm going to do a little bit of work over here as well to open that side up a bit. But the main footprint is in. It's a lot bigger than I originally planned it to be. It was going to be a small dock to have a boat on. It's turned into quite a large area, but I've got some cool ideas for a fishing village here. So these are going to be, we have a wall going around here, but I'm going to have a lot of little houses and everything all up on this area. There's going to be a lovely mini tower over there with some more houses, perhaps a market or something like that over there, sort of fish stalls and stuff like that. And then I'm going to pull this corner back as well, open this up so that this becomes a bit more of a waterway that could be usable. So no, that is where we got to with our dock so far. I'm going to have to try and find out what on earth the Shadow Empire is, and whether or not it's something that I need to be scared of or something that maybe we can use to our advantage. I don't know, but that'll be an interesting one to find out what's going on. But no, thanks a lot guys, and we shall see you next time. Bye!